Okay, hey guys, welcome to another video on how to make a plane in SolidWorks. So I'm now going to show you how you can assemble the different parts you've made into an aircraft, which is the final thing that we're looking for. As you can see, I've already started my process. I'm going to just give you the rough tools and guidelines on how to do it and then let you do it for your particular plane, because me walking you through step by step how I did it isn't going to be particularly helpful, as each of us have our own unique planes and they're going to look slightly different. So, the first thing I did in order to attach the fuselage to these tail parts, I created little spars and then little holes in the tail parts for them to go. This is very straightforward. To create a spar, like so, you simply create a sketch, the circular cross section of the diameter you want, and then you simply extrude that sketch. And then I went ahead and mirrored it because I wanted it to be centered about the front plane, but that is not necessary. You can just do it if you want. Um, but that's how you make a spar. The one slight difference you can notice is a different color. You get that by defining the material. I define this as oak, simply instead of, as before we'd gone to custom materials plastic, you can go to woods, oak, and define it as that, and then it will use the mass values for that. So that's how you create spars, which is a design choice I made. And then to create the hole into which they insert, I can show you what my vertical tail looks like. So going here, see the vertical tail, I have these two holes. Again, this is very straightforward. So the spar hole here, I'm going to just edit the sketch so you can see. You create two circles, define them a certain distance away with a certain diameter here. And then what you can do is you just go to a cut extrude, which is going to be extruded cut up here. I exit the sketch and I'll show you this feature. So it's a cut extrude. It allows, basically removes material from a solid body. You can set the distance here. You can make it cut the other direction by pressing on this reverse arrow here. This allows you to do slightly more complicated things with it, same as with cut with the extrude function. And that's how you create your holes. So, going back to our main assembly. If you have a bunch of parts and you're wanting to create assembly, firstly, how do you make an assembly? So, you go home and instead of clicking part, you click assembly here and open that. That is going to open a blank assembly for you. Go ahead and do that. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start putting parts into your assembly. So to do this, you go to Insert Components. In this little box over here, they're going to be all the components that are already open on your computer. You see I've got them down here. If you do not have the component you want to insert open, you can go to Browse, find said component, and insert it. To insert, you simply drag, and it appears there. Very straightforward. I want to go back. Okay, cool. So that's how you get your components in. So start by putting your fuselage in, and then because the first component you add is the thing that's gonna sort of define the whole assembly, and then you're gonna go ahead and add other components and then create mates between them for it to create a full assembly like this. So the mate function I'm going to introduce you to next. Obviously, the mate I'm going to be doing comes later on in your assembly. But as I mentioned earlier, we all have unique planes. Walking you through the entire process for Nick and my plane will not be helpful because it will not be the same as yours. So instead, I'm going to show you roughly how to use the functions, and then you can come and ask us for specific questions. So go to mate. Now you see here, there are 4 different options. And in each of the options, there are several other possibilities. We're going to be mainly using standards. We may use 1 or 2 advanced. But for what I'm wanting to do, I'm wanting to do a concentric mate between this circle here, in the spar, the circular cross section, and the circular cross section of the hole I created. So to do that, I'm going to click on here, that face. I'm then going to go and click inside here on that face. SolidWorks automatically thinks I want it to be concentric. I do, so I click the green check. And then I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the other hole. As you can see, I have constrained it by 1 degree of freedom, so I'm still able to rotate up and down. I am still able to rotate in this direction. I just am not able to stop this axis here of the spar leaving the central axis of this. But apart from that, it's able to rotate. And I want this hole here, this spar here, to be constrained around the hole. So to do that, click on the face here, and then click on this, again concentric. Good. I'm going to press the F button to go full screen. And here we go. Now you can see the only degree of freedom is the vertical. So to constrain that, I am going to constrain the top of here to the top of the inside section of the hole. Now, you might be thinking, how on earth can you see the inside section? Well, you can't at the moment. That's why I'm going to change the view. This little blue cube up here, press the arrow, press this one. Now you can see how far the hole goes. So now I can go and select this ring. There we go. That's that edge. And I'm going to mate that with this ring here. And I'm going to make them concentric and click true. I'm going to put this back to the original view. I'm going to click another yes, go full screen. And ta-da, there is the plane. So that's basically how you do simple mates. As you can see, there are lots of other mates going on here. I did the same thing with spars I'll just show you. For here, I put spars in here and mated them. The wing I did slightly differently, but again, this is up to you. I'm not going to show you exactly how I did it because I want you guys to be creative with SolidWorks, figure out how to do it yourself, and definitely come and ask for us for help. But that's a basic overview of how mates go, how mates work, and how they can be used to form an assembly. Once you're completely done, you can evaluate and mass properties. Okay, it looks like I haven't defined all the densities. I will go ahead and do that. But as you can see here, you have a total mass of your plane here, and this gives you the center of mass. Now, this is very useful if you're wanting to, for XFLR 5, as I'm sure you know, you want to know how much it's going to weigh and where it's going to be, and SolidWorks tells you that. So that's one of the points of making this assembly. I hope this helps you guys when you're making your own plane assemblies. And also, if you have any questions about specific types of mates, as I didn't go into all the details here, feel free to give me or Nick a shout. Also, you can find all this online as well. So a Google search can also really help you. But thank you guys for watching. I hope this helps, and have fun being creative creating a plane in SolidWorks.